What's up? This is the Ugly Sports Show podcast with the Stew Man. And I got my guest, my special guest, Chris Brown from the Closeout. What's going on, man?
I'm here, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. I was watching some of these games, the NCAA March Madness. There's a lot of upsets.
A whole bunch of them. A whole bunch.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, the one from last night, the FDU and Purdue.
Oh, Fear Dickinson, yeah, beat
Yeah,
Purdue.
Fairleigh Dickinson. Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see that coming.
I don't think a lot of people, unless you were rooting for FDU. So far, I know one person who actually predicted that game right. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Who predicted? I don't know who predicted.
It's in a bracket that I know somebody that's in. This person
Oh,
predicted
okay.
that game. Yeah, they predicted that loss. So kudos to them. I didn't have it. It wasn't one of my upsets.
I didn't have them, but I had Purdue losing in the second round because they kind of weak. But I,
Gotcha.
I I did expect them to win the first one.
That's what I thought.
You know,
At least one.
right? And not just that, Virginia losing to the Furman losing today though.
That Virginia loss was a horrible decision. I
Yeah,
played basketball coming up. That's a horrible decision. You get in a predicament like that, if you don't have the timeouts, you throw the ball off of the guy's knee, leg, something. You do not ever, unless there was 2 seconds up on the clock, you don't chuck it like that. That was horrible.
but they had one timeout left.
Then you use it. That's what I'm saying. The
That's
decision
why
on
they
a
were
hurt,
right.
it was horrible. Because what you
Right,
do is now once the ball gets stolen, the problem you have with Virginia was the defense couldn't set.
right.
What do we go into? Who do we find? And that's how
Man,
you end up taking an L like that, man. It's tough.
man, that was tough. Not and the other one was Arizona.
Uh, Zona, yeah, they lost too.
Yeah,
Princeton,
lost to Princeton. Nah, come
Princeton got
on,
them.
Arizona. Come on, man. That
Princeton got them, man.
yeah,
That's it was
yeah.
a few.
Ah,
Pittsburgh. We talking about upsets. Pittsburgh manhandled Iowa State
yeah, they did.
like
Nah,
double
I'm be honest.
digits.
I didn't see that coming either.
That's
I
a
didn't see
double
that
digit
coming.
win. That's different.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I
Uh,
never. Mm-mm.
yeah. So man. Oh, so I mean, before we get into this March Madness, man, tell everybody about your show, The Closeout.
Right. So I do a show. I'm privileged to do a show with some fellas every we go live every Wednesday. For the most part, sometimes we go live sporadic throughout the week. It's my cousin, one of my very close friends, and then a producer and his wife that I've known for years.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
we're on Instagram, Facebook. It's just a closeout sports talk. We're just some guys, gals, just having fun. I'm gonna
Mhm.
get you up there one day too, whenever I can figure out. We just having fun. We talk sports. We talk all sports. We try to stay as well rounded as possible. From basketball to football. We talk baseball. Only thing we really haven't dove into, and we have touched on it, is hockey. But you name it,
Right.
we talk about it. Boxing, we got some big stuff coming up. So yeah,
Mhm.
man, check us out if you can. The Closeout Sports Talk. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's a good show. I checked it out. It's real good. And
You
man,
definitely check
listen,
us out. I
man.
appreciate you.
And when I first seen, it, I said, "Oh man, that's Chris. Let me check this out." I said, "Man, I see this brother a long time. Let me check this out. This is a real good show, y'all.
Yeah, I
Y'all check it
appreciate you,
out.
man.
It's on Twitch TV.
Yes,
Y'all check
Twitch,
it
we up
out.
there.
It's on Twitch. Yeah. Also, you said Facebook. I mean,
Yeah, Facebook. The trick with Twitch, matter of fact, is if you got Amazon Prime, you can
right.
subscribe for free. So people don't realize you don't have to pay for subscription. Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for
Mhm.
free. You can talk with us. So while we're up there live, you can come in here and chat with us. Like we'll answer questions, we'll talk back. We're all there for the dialogue.
You know, I'm gonna get back on that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Ask questions. I said, "What's going on, man?"
Yep, do it.
Right, I'm
We
gonna
are
do
here
it.
for it, man. What are
Hmm.
you on right now? We on YouTube right now?
Um, no, we not on you. Actually, what we do is we record it. It's pre-recorded, and then we're gonna drop it on YouTube today. As soon as we get off, that's what
My
we're gonna
God.
do.
All right. That
So,
sounds good.
yeah, so let everybody know that the show is soon. It's gonna soon as we get done, I'm gonna drop it, It's
As
gonna
soon
be
as
on
you drop it, I'm
YouTube
sharing
today.
it, man.
Right. So
Yeah,
yeah. Right. So yeah, man. So yeah, this March Madness is crazy, man. And
it's nuts.
I also, man, I know the NC, I mean not the NCAA, the NBA is close to the playoffs also. So, you know,
It's a
and
lot going on.
right. And there's a lot, I'll put it like this, man. The West is not strong like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the East is more stronger than the West. It was vice versa. It used to be the East used to be weak and the West used to be strong. It looked like all the teams that's in the West they all jumble up. You don't know who gonna end up in the sixth seed. You don't know who gonna end up in the play-in. Okay, let's say for instance like the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
If the Lakers had that team that they had now, I think they'd be like fourth or third place right now. But it's hard to tell now. Right now they in the play-in, and they just lost yesterday. So
Heartbreaker.
yeah, yeah,
Watch
lost to
that game, man.
Dallas.
That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah,
Put
yeah,
all the attention on Kyrie, and then he got was it Maxi Kleber for the shot. So that
right.
was
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. Yeah, Dallas. I mean, Lakers supposed to win that game.
yeah.
There's another game the Lakers supposed to win. They supposed to win the game against the Houston Rockets. Now I know,
He didn't play.
right. Yeah, AD didn't play, but still, you're playing Houston. And I was telling somebody, I was, t- I was telling somebody, I was telling somebody, I said, man, Houston is sorry. I mean, they're young. And I just, I'm like, how can you lose against? I don't care if AD or LeBron not playing. You still supposed to be Houston. I don't care.
Houston, I don't know why they can't get wins. They got a little squad. They got a young squad.
Right,
They
they
got
got a young squad. They
they
got some
have
decent
talent.
players.
They have talent. I just don't know. Maybe they need a new coach. I'm not sure what the real issue is there. Then these guys are out all the time. Jalen's out all the time. Porter Jr. be out. So it's like they're not consistent either. So I don't know. But
Yeah, well,
I thought the Lakers would have had, I thought for sure they'd have won those two. Like I was kind of thinking that they would have beat the Rockets for sure.
right,
I'm not gonna lie, the Mavs game I wasn't 100% sure. Before the game started, I couldn't tell you because I knew Kyrie was playing and I knew that would create a problem.
right.
I wasn't sure on who's gonna win that game.
Right. And I'll be honest with you, since Kyrie came to the Mavericks, him and Luca, they produce a lot of points, but they defense is bad. They don't have no defense. That's the
That was
problem.
that was a problem.
That's a big problem. I mean, you can score so many points, but if you can't play no defense, it's gonna be hard, especially when you get in the playoffs. It's gonna be hard to win games like that.
Real tough.
hmm It's real hard.
And it's gonna take chemistry. So now y'all can score all you want, but it still requires chemistry. You got to gel at a certain point. Um,
hmm
Speaking about that, this is why a lot of people, when KD made the move to Phoenix, people were writing penciling Phoenix name.
Uh,
I never
mm,
put them in.
no,
Reason being, you got three players who I don't know what's going to happen. They can get
right.
injured at any time, right?
hmm
We know Chris Paul. Sometime in the playoffs, if he doesn't get hurt this year, I'll be shocked,
Right.
right? We know KD. KD's getting hurt in warmups. Like he's gonna get hurt, and Booker's had his streak too. Like I'm a Kentucky boy for college, so he's from my school, but
Right.
he gets hurt a lot too. So Aiton, I don't know what's the Aiton I'm gonna get. Like I might have a 20-10 Aiton. Then the next night I got 15-6 Aiton. So I don't know what he's gonna
Exactly.
give me.
Exactly. And then and then the people that's coming off the bench also. You know,
They well, you
you
lost
lost
your
you set your whole bench to the Nets.
Mhm.
You know,
You got rid of your best perimeter defender,
right.
Bridges, and he balling out there now. He's putting 20 up a night.
Look, between Kyrie and Durant, the Brooklyn Nets got the top the defender from Dallas, the top defender from Phoenix.
Facts.
Right. So right now, the Nets, they looking good so far as defenders, and it's like a lot of people counting them out, talking about they're gonna drop into the play-in. I don't think they're gonna drop into the play-in. If they play good defense,
They're because they're still a game and a half up on Miami right now. Like
right,
currently right
exactly,
now, they're game and a half up. And
Right.
they're actually their games are close. Like they have a squad. Like I don't know why people writing them off. You got Dinwiddie, you
Dinwiddie,
got Bridges, you got
Bridges.
Cam Johnson, you got Royce O'Neal, who's a great defender, by the way. You got
Mm-hmm.
Claxton, who's sort of worked on a little offensive game. Off
Yeah,
the bench,
Finney.
you got players
Yeah,
coming in
Finney.
too.
Yeah, Finney didn't. Yeah, Finney.
You got Cam Thomas can give you 20 almost any given night off the bench.
Exactly.
So they got a
Exactly.
little squad.
Exactly. Yeah, I was like, it's like a lot of people writing them off. I'm like, they stay. It seems like they gelling and they getting it together. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what? And I also told somebody, I said, don't be surprised if the Nets mess around, beat somebody in the first round if they
I,
get it
I,
together.
I wouldn't be surprised at
I
all.
won't be surprised.
Be surprised.
Yeah,
It's
you
very,
know,
very possible.
you listen to people like on ESPN and Fox. They already writing them all, because there's no superstars on the team, but it's real good players on that team. I'm gonna use an example. Do you remember the Detroit Pistons when they had
06?
huh?
The old 2008, I think I said 06. 06 is the Heat. So I think 2008. You're talking about Rasheed
Yeah, Rasheed. Yeah,
Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rip, Chauncey.
yeah. That
Yeah,
that yeah, Chauncey Billups, that team that won the championship.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I compare them almost to the Brooklyn Nets. It's
Okay.
almost like that team. They got good defenders. They got decent scores, and they can beat some people. I don't see them beat or win the championship, but I can see them playing good in the playoffs because
No.
it's because you think about it. Some of the guys that used to play for the Dallas Mavericks and for Phoenix, they both of them they went to the finals. I mean to the
Yeah, so
Western
yeah,
Conference
Phoenix went to
Finals,
the finals, 2 seasons ago?
right?
Dallas made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Was it last year?
Yeah,
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
Luca beat. Yeah, you're right. Luca
Yeah,
beat.
Luca beat Phoenix.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Right.
So they do have some playoff experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think any team that makes it in, whether it's once you get through the play in and get in, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
counting any team out. It's the NBA. Somebody
Right.
can get hot. Somebody can make it's different things.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries, coaching. A lot of it's not even just players. It's coaching, man. Like coaching means a lot. I hate when people say like, "Oh, they got these players, they got this," and I don't know how. It's like coaching means a lot. Some
Yeah,
coaches really coach. Some been handed talent.
you can see who go. I put like this. You can see who gonna really coach during the playoffs. Who gonna make adjustments.
You got adjustments is the key.
Right. Right. I'm like the regular season. Regular season, the regular season. But when you get in the playoffs, you're gonna see each other like three or four, like 4 or 5 times. It depends how long
Yeah,
the series go. You're gonna make adjustments. You're gonna
yeah, and
see
it's
who.
straight. It ain't no in between. We don't have to switch for anything else. My focus for the next week and a half is gonna be your team,
Right.
your key player. We're gonna figure out some way, somehow to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you this: who was the what team was the biggest disappointment this year? NBA team's biggest disappointment this year.
For me,
Yes.
I'm gonna take it personal. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
Oh
I'm
man.
disappointed.
Yeah, man. That's my
So
that's my team too.
yeah, so I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. I understand the Lonzo Ball factor because I told
Right.
everybody this last year. Once Lonzo went down, I didn't think we stood a chance. But I
Right. I
didn't
think we
think.
still had a chance because we still had a good team.
Yeah, but I mean, we kind of got the same squad. But I just thought we would have done. We were like top two, top three last year. Then
Right.
Lonzo got
Exactly.
hurt.
So yeah. Soon as Lonzo
Caruso,
got hurt, we
Caruso
dropped.
got hurt, and then we started going downhill.
We went down to like the six, almost a six.
Yeah. Right now, we struggling to be 10th seed, and I don't think we're gonna get there because I'm gonna be honest. I think the Pacers, if they can get healthy, I think they're gonna make it in the 10th seed, or mess around. Washington Wizards might.
Watch the Wizards.
They might. Yeah, they're only like a game. They're half a game behind us, something like that. They're right there. All it takes is one win, one loss for us. They're ahead of us. It's that easy.
That's close. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And also, man, let me see. At first, I was gonna say I didn't really expect nothing from the Lakers at first until they made that move doing the trades and everything.
Okay.
Now, now, like I said earlier, if they had that team at the beginning of the year
Yeah.
versus the team they had at the beginning of the year, we'll be saying a different story.
Never.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that is crazy. And we can go ahead, man, to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies, and they was hot at the beginning, and then see, I'm gonna put it like this, man. I'm gonna say something about the Memphis Grizzlies before I talk about Ja Morant. They talk too much.
What have they proven?
They talk too much. They act like they won the chip. One of them said we a dynasty. How you gonna be a dynasty and you ain't never win though?
Have they made it to the Western Conference Finals?
They can't get past they can't get past Golden State. And oh, you know what? Before I get to Memphis, let me go back to Golden State. Now
Okay.
they disappoint. That's a disappointment. Now
You,
how the heck you gonna win championship last year? You still got the same team. Only difference is when you didn't sign Gary Payton.
yeah.
Um, he didn't sign him, and he went to Portland. Now he came back, and also with James Wiseman, I think Golden State should have kept James Wiseman. I think that's a big mistake trading him to Detroit because they don't have no big man. I understand. Okay, because when he first came into the league as a rookie, he played good till he got hurt, and
Mm-hmm.
then he was out the whole year. He played in the summer league. He was looking good in the summer league. I thought he was gonna look real good when he came back um, during the regular season, but
Okay.
he didn't play all that good. But it's like he had to adjust to get back in, and then I think they didn't have no patience with him. I think that was a big mistake.
All right. So with Golden State, yeah, I try not to be biased when it comes to sports. I try very hard not to be biased. My favorite player, believe it or not, my favorite two players in the NBA. I always tell people this. So if you don't know anything about me, my favorite player to ever play, my favorite athlete ever to exist in any sport is Allen Iverson. But my favorite basketball player for the last 5 to 6 years, I've made this comment. Anyone who follows me knows I'm a Klay Thompson fan, and I'm
I
a
like Klay
Kawhi
Thompson.
Leonard. Those are my two guys.
Mm-hmm.
The year started off. Klay had some issues again. Like he was on minute restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he wasn't having that bounce. Then he started getting this little, okay, I'm good to go.
Right.
Steph got two injuries this year where he
Exactly.
missed a span of games.
Mm-hmm.
And then as much as we look at the stats, Draymond is the engine in that entire vehicle that we watched being the Golden State. So when Draymond was out, if you remember, they were just losing games. And everybody was like, they're only missing 6 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. He's the engine. He's a voice out there. He's a leader, right? When he's out there, it's a different team. It's crazy. If Steph could miss a game and they almost look decent,
Mm-hmm.
Draymond doesn't play. It's a horrible thing to watch.
I'm gonna ask you this though: do you think this has some to do with what happened before the season started? You know what I'm
I'm gonna
talking.
say I'm gonna say it doesn't. Like I know a lot of people say it. I don't think it does.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, and if you watch what Steve Kerr did. He's also Mark Jackson built that franchise in
He
my eyes,
did.
right?
Yeah.
But Steve Kerr is actually still a genius. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason I say this is Steve Kerr, when it gets to playoffs, if you ever notice, most coaches now have this 9-10 man rotation, right? We get to
Mm-hmm.
playoffs, that shrinks down to 7-8 guys.
Right.
God forbid somebody gets hurt, something happens. You don't even know what the next guy coming in can really do for you. Steve Kerr knows what everybody on that roster can do. If you watch, he was playing guys that you'd be like, why is this guy playing? He was playing Moody a bunch of minutes.
He
They
was.
got that, they got that guy right now. I don't know what they're gonna do with
Kaminga,
him.
he was playing Kaminga a lot too.
Kaminga gets a lot of PT.
Mm-hmm.
What's the guy that got that 10-day contract? They kept giving 10-day contract. Now he can't even play, but he shows up to the games. Lamb,
I
that's
think
his name,
yeah,
I think.
Lamb. Yeah, Lamb.
So if you notice, he's at the games, he's on the bench, not even dressed. They have to do something. I can't remember what they're doing with the contract for him to play. He literally cannot play right now.
Right.
But we knew he can go out there. Ty Jerome. Who are these
Yeah.
guys? They
Mm-hmm.
got guys going in there. There's still Iggy who's going to put his contribution, and they're saving him for playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Iggy's going to give you 13 to 15 minutes. That's all they're going to need from him. I'm telling everybody, I don't think anybody wants to play Golden State in 7 games.
Right.
Anybody in the West right now, I don't care. You don't want them in 7 games.
Right. That's true. They just gotta learn how to win. I don't know what's this. I don't know what the issue is on the road though, man.
Oh, they're going on the road. Well,
I don't know, man. I mean,
I see it sounds good until I feel like the playoffs.
it's like they bored or something. Like, oh, we're gonna turn it on. But I'm like this. The season all over when you gotta turn. You supposed to be turning it on. I put it like this. I thought after the All-Star break, they was gonna turn it on, but they still having issues on the road.
That's what I thought. But I'm looking at it and I'm going, if they get into the playoffs, I still don't want them even coming to my house to play me. Because I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, I watch this team. You
Right,
got two players that
right.
at any moment can shoot from wherever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And they both set records. We watched Steph score for 50 the other night, and I'm watching like, how? Right? We've watched Clay do this. Clay just hit 13 threes again. Like, we know they can do this. Then you got a guy like Jordan Poole come off the bench who can give you 30,
Right.
not 20. He can drop 30 if he has
He
to.
dropped 30.
And now, while we're watching them, a lot of people aren't touching on it. Their best perimeter player isn't Draymond, it's Andrew Wiggins.
And he been missing for a while.
Only thing I don't know is I'm hearing it's a personal thing, and we don't know when he's coming back. There's no
I thought he'd been back by now.
there's no time. That if he comes back, they are the scariest team in the West.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Because he can defend, Draymond can. Clay still can kind of, you know what I mean? So they can. And they're gonna play that small ball. Looney does stuff too. He's another Draymond. He does the intangibles. Looney will finish a game with 6 points and 13 rebounds, and you didn't see it happen. So he's undersized, big too, because he's only probably like 6'9", 6'8". But I still think Golden State is a scary team. Like you don't want to play them 7 games.
Right. And also, as far as like the Denver Nuggets, they still got a lot to prove to me.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of people, it's a touchy subject, right? A lot of people get mad. So yes, right now, I'm going to say because of the last 2 weeks of basketball, Jokic is now number 2. Could be 2A, 2B with Giannis, because Giannis is still playing and put numbers up, right?
Right.
Embiid right now is got to be the front runner. If
He
you're
gotta
watching
be.
basketball, if you
He should
understand,
win it this year.
he has to be front runner.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuggets just lost again today to the Knicks. They were up and then lost, I think. So, like, I don't know what's going on with them losing these games, but it's hurting Jokic at the same, like, because honestly, if they were winning, Jokic would still be, we would say that Jokic is the clear-cut winner, like, because I know numbers are like, everybody says, Jokic doesn't have an exciting game, right? So when we say these things, I think people take stuff and they're looking for, yes, Embiid is way more animated. He's going to, get to the crowd and talk. Well, Jokic is like quiet when he's going to drop 32 points, 15 boards, 12 assists, and shoot 70% from while doing it. It doesn't look, it's not exciting to watch. Let's be honest. It's not fun watching him, but he just did it. And yes, now Embiid might drop the 38, 16, 5 assists, 4 blocks. But Embiid looks, you know what I mean? It looks exciting. It's like,
Look
wow.
exciting. It's looking entertaining.
Right? So, don't get me wrong. They're the 2 best big men in basketball. There's no ands and buts about it. But right now, we're going to call a spade a spade. Embiid has to be the MVP of the NBA.
You should have been MVP last year.
And so the argument is they bring up last year. The reason I think Jokic was doing it without a full squad. I think Jokic's problem is he's never really had a team.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Murray's been out. Porter, we don't know what's up with Porter Jr.
Because he had them back issues.
Out. Then this year was something in the back or something else. And then Aaron Gordon sporadic too with like health. So I get it. Not to mention now, Embiid had a out of shape Harden, but he still got Maxey. Tobias Harris, I don't think still knows what his role is yet. Still, he's trying to adjust. I'm not gonna make excuses. They both did it. I think Jokic got it because of the numbers he put up with that. He's the first person in NBA history to do, was it 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500, something, whatever the numbers was. He's the first one in NBA history to do it. I kind of think that was like, we got to crown him. I don't know. I'm not one of the writers who do the voting. I just like to play basketball. Like, so I tell them like, I just want to see good.
He won. Right, Jokic won the MVP, but what happened? They ran to Golden State.
What happened? Right, the season running to them, they usually exit the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. Hey, okay, now I'm gonna get back to Memphis.
Let's get back to them. Yes.
Yeah, let's get back to Memphis Grizzlies. Like I said, they talk too much.
Way too much.
I feel like they're a real good team.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I think sometimes their basketball IQ, it shows when they because like far their youth that athleticism. Mm-hmm. I mean it shows real good doing when they play, but when the games get close, They lose. Lately they've been losing games. They started winning a couple games since then, but I mean, in the beginning they're talking all this trash, and then especially when them and Golden State play each other.
Oh
Golden
yeah.
State always had the best of them.
Oh yeah, man.
They always had the best of them, and I, I try to like Memphis, but it's hard for me to like them because the way they act, you know. And
I,
I'm
I don't really have a problem with
right,
Memphis.
right,
I, Memphis reminds me of I said this a couple years ago to my cousin, probably 2 years ago, right? I said to them, said to him, Memphis reminds me of you ever see them young boys that show up to the gym? They all cool.
yeah,
Squad. They only gonna play with their squad.
uh-huh.
That's what they remind me of. They're them young boys who can outrun you. Because
Mm-hmm.
Memphis, a lot of people that are beating, they're not beating you in a half court game.
Right,
In the open court, you're dead.
mm-hmm.
And they have pieces that do it, right? They have Jared Jackson, who's a should probably might get, I don't know right now, because Brook Lopez is making a name for himself too. On who's
Right.
gonna get the play of the year. It's between, I think it's a toss-up between those two, right? Um, but then you got like a guy like Bain, flat out shoot. Now he can put the ball on the ground. We knew he could always shoot, but now he puts the ball on the ground and he can get to the rack. He's built like a fullback, but
Right,
he can do that, right?
right.
And we know Josh trying to make a highlight on whoever he can.
Mm-hmm.
They have little pieces. They right now they got a bad injury with the kid getting hurt. Brandon Clark, I think he tore his
Yeah,
Achilles.
Brandon Clark, he I think he tore his ACL or something like
ACL,
that.
something
Something like that.
whatever
He's
it is.
out
It's
for the
like
whole year.
he's done for the year. Yeah.
He
So
done.
that's a
Right.
big that hurts them a lot because I think he's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much really the sixth man off the bench. They brought in Luke Kennard. That's a really good move.
Right, that was a good move.
That's a really solid.
They needed another shooter.
Dylan Brooks he's the one that runs his mouth, but he's the you get what I'm saying?
Right,
He's
right.
that I don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
He might give you 18 points and then he'll give you 5 points and a bunch of turnovers. Get a
And still
stupid.
run his mouth.
He gets untimely technical fouls, right? Like he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna. So I really don't know. Memphis' biggest problem right now, and Steven Adams is out. Memphis' biggest problem right now is they're gonna need their star player back.
Oh, they need Ja. They need Ja back.
Last year was weird because Ja missed 20 games and they won 18 without him.
Right.
So it was kind of like we don't know. If
And
we need
also when they played Golden State, he got hurt too.
he got hurt and
He
he was
got hurt.
he was putting up some numbers against Golden
Right.
State. Ja in general right now, I'm praying for Ja. Like
Yeah, me too, man. I was praying for him when all this happened. When all this started with this.
he's a young bull. Like and
Right.
kids like I say this all the time. Like when you're these type of like when you're on this level, I would say just look in the crowd or watch kids, and you got kids and you could clearly see are looking up to them. Everybody got a Ja Morant jersey. Like, dude, right now, you're messing with your family up, yourself up, your team up, right? You're not just messing your finances and your family up. You're messing your finances up right now because you just got the sneaker deal with Nike, right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw what Nike did with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to mess that money up. I'm gonna take it a step further. Forget if Nike dropped you; they're gonna keep you right now from what we know. But forget Nike; he's not messing with his money in the NBA.
Right, and this contract they're supposed to start like next year. That 200 million.
He's supposed to.
Right.
He's looking at an extra $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
$30 million. If he could just make all NBA this year. Guess what he's not gonna do unless they're bugging. There's no way right now I'm voting Ja on all NBA, not even 13.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I'm gonna do this real quick. Ja's 23, right?
Right.
Let's talk about people playing his position. I'm not even gonna say two guards, I'm gonna say point guards, right?
Right.
So he's 23, Trae Young, 24, right. Luka, 24, Darian Fox, balling out this world, 25. Yeah, 25. Tyrese Halliburton, 23. LaMelo's injured, he's 21. Darius Garland's balling, 23. Cade Cunningham's out, 21. We got Jalen Brunson, 26.
Right.
I said all those, and I'm not even talking about that bad boy in OKC. SGA is only 24.
Oh, that boy bad. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Right? Yeah.
So we got, I just named 6, 7 guys that's playing your position.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about I'm not even mentioning the elite Steph Curry. How are you going to make at least third team All NBA? So you just messed around with 30 mil because you want to get stupid on social media.
Yeah, you know what, man? That social media, man. Look, I'll put it like this. I thank God I had social media when I was young. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I can't judge a man. That's why I'm praying for him. I did a lot of stuff, stupid stuff too, when I was young. I just didn't have social media.
We all
That's
did.
why I said, man. I said, and then also, you when you get in a platform like that, that status, sometimes, man, some guys, some of your friends, you gotta have to cut some of them off. You have to.
Everybody can't go where you're going.
Right. You can't have a bunch of yes men. You gotta have men that's accountable and tell you, say, no, man, you can't be doing this, man. You're
Exactly.
you might gotta look at your future. You gotta have friends, or you gotta have a good circle like that. If you don't have
Mm-hmm.
no good circle like that, it's gonna mess you up. And I seen a lot of guys that had bad circles that mess their life up.
Look at
I
my
I seen it.
AI, Bubba Chuck.
Right.
See,
Sometimes, man, or sometimes, you gotta walk alone, but
ain't no wrong with that either.
right, ain't nothing wrong with that either. But hey, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta treat this bad. You gotta treat this NBA career like this your investment. You invest in yourself, and you gotta look. Okay, you gotta look at what LeBron James did with his,
Mm-hmm.
you know, instead of them having him around. He said, look, you do this, you do that. He got production. One of them a agent. I'm like, that's what he got to do. So Josh should do the same thing if he could do that. If he
You got
can't, you gotta cut
you
him
messing your
off.
team up right now. Like, yeah, they probably won't drop lower than where they are. I think they're gonna finish third seed regardless.
Right. Right.
But
He ain't gonna get
you
far.
got. I mean, you got. They're playing the Warriors tonight. Now it's gonna be no job, right? I
Right.
think Monday he's due to come back. He's eligible to come back. I don't know if he will. They play Mavericks.
Right.
You got
Mm-hmm.
to play the Clippers twice, and then you still got Milwaukee. You only got 12 or 13 games left.
Right. It's not that many games left. As soon as March Madness is over with.
Every game's gonna count,
Right.
especially in the West. These
Right.
games are like y'all pretty close.
Right. Either
That could be
you
home court advantage or not.
It's so
So
close. It's so close. Either you're gonna be in the play-in or you're gonna be a sixth or fifth seed,
yeah,
fourth seed. That's how close it is. And that's crazy. I never seen nothing like this. Used
yes.
to last year it was like spread out. You don't know how it's gonna be, but now
Mm-hmm.
it's like you don't know. Yeah, that's why like every game is
Every game
important right
matters.
now. You
Every
can't
game
lose no
matters.
game. Every game is important.
Yes.
Everyone. That's yeah. And before we get off, man, I want to talk about Lamar
Uh,
Lamar Jackson right quick.
number
Now,
8.
I
Yeah.
was gonna be honest with you now. I don't know what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens. They should have signed him. They should have given him a nice contract. I guess they don't want to give him no guaranteed contract. I don't know why they don't want to give him a guaranteed contract. I mean, since he been in Baltimore, they've been winning. They, I mean, okay, I understand they only won one playoff game with him, but they went to the playoffs every year with him.
So here's the question. If we take Mark Andrews out the picture, what's the other surrounding piece he has on offense?
Nobody,
It's
nobody.
a one-man show
Right.
that makes every game capable, and his defense fails him
Mm-hmm.
majority of the games, right? But give him some pieces.
That's what he needs.
Give him. You're not giving him anything. Like, and I don't blame him, right? Like Deshaun Watson got a ridiculous contract. Deshaun Watson has never been the MVP of the NFL.
Exactly.
There are only two players in the NFL right now, beside Lamar Jackson, that can say I've been MVP at this position, right? That's Patrick Mahomes and
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers. Other
That's
than
right.
that, he's the
Yep.
only one.
He's right.
And you're not paying this man his money.
Right. And see the mistake Baltimore made when he got that MVP. They should have gave him his money then.
I said that. Same thing like what Kansas City did.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it. They should have
With
paid
Josh
this
Allen.
man
I
right
mean, not Josh
away.
Allen with Patrick Mahomes. I'm thinking about
Yeah.
Josh. But they gave Josh Allen some money too.
Josh got money too, right? And
Right.
Mahomes signed his deal so early, he's technically not really making what we say he's making.
Right.
Yes, it's half a bill. I get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
500 million. But dude,
The
if he
way
didn't
they
sign
spread it out.
now, yeah. Like these
Mm-hmm.
guys are getting paid. Like
Right.
you got dudes
It's
asking.
way, it's ways to get all that money. It's a way to start contracts and spread it out.
Yeah.
Right. And soon as Baltimore put them what you call it, the what
Franchise?
huh?
Franchise tag?
But when they franchise tag him, and now
Yeah.
all the teams talking about they not interested in him. And I said, nah, something ain't right about all this.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think the NFL teams, and I'm a Washington Commanders fan. The
Mm-hmm.
NFL teams are colluding against him. I don't know why.
I was gonna say the same thing. That don't make no sense.
I'm begging Washington to figure out a way to get him there. Like with
right.
the squad we
Washington
got.
need a quarterback.
What? We took Jacoby Brissett. I'm like, no, I'm not cool with that. Please get me Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You give me Lamar Jackson, I know we're going to the playoffs.
Right.
Barring injuries, we're in playoffs. No end is
listen, I can name a lot of NFL teams right now that need a quarterback. The Texans, the Commanders.
We need the Cardinals should need one.
Right.
Let's be honest. We don't know if Tua's playing next year.
Right.
Miami needs one.
Right. Miami.
Tampa.
Yes, you keep going. you keep
like
going.
you.
Well, hold on. Tampa Bay just picked up Baker Mayfield.
How long is that gonna last?
Come on. No, you got Lamar Jackson out there. You gonna pick up Baker Mayfield?
They don't got money like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I think Mike Evans was out too. Like they don't have the bread. They just released Leonard Fournette.
Oh yeah, they did. They
don't got the money.
They did.
So a lot. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be different. Speaking of quarterbacks, I know our time is going. Aaron Rodgers, he's a diva. He should have signed already. What's the holdup?
The holdup is, I think the holdup, what I'm hearing, the holdup is has something to do with Green Bay. They're trying to see what they could get from the Jets.
Okay, so it's on Green Bay.
Right, I know they want their first round pick. Give them their first round pick.
Yo, you have the squad.
The 13th pick. You already got a squad. Right, is that you already got a squad?
You got the running back.
You already said you want to start Love. Go ahead and I'm just giving the pick. I want to see what's gonna happen. You know, I'm ready. I'm Chicago Bears fan. I'm ready.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm ready for Rodgers to leave anyway. I mean, I'm sick and tired of Aaron Rodgers. He get on my doggone nerves. Don't get me started, man.
I hear you.
That's another show by itself.
We got there's still some free agents out there. We got Zeke's out there. Adam Thielen's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, you got Frank Clark, Bobby Wagner. Clowney got released. Justin Houston, Marcus Peters, talking about the Ravens. I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is still out there, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Don't quote me off. I'm wrong. I apologize. Mm-hmm. So you got some people out there. Where's OBJ gonna go?
I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff going. There's a lot.
He might end up going to the Jets.
Wow. Well,
we don't know though. We don't know. Whoever got the money.
Aaron Rodgers made a request to get him.
I don't know if Dallas gonna get him. I don't know who gonna get him.
It's gonna be interesting.
And also, the Cowboys released Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, man. But man, our time is almost about up.
All right, man. We gotta do this again soon. You tell me when, man.
Man, I'll let you know. It's gonna be soon though, man.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. This is the Ugly Sports Show podcast with my special guest Chris Brown, and we out of here, man.
Peace.
Peace.